these are 30 Fortnite items that are must-haves in your locker. Starting off with the Stellar Axe. This axe was part of the Galaxy bundle that came with the release of the Samsung Note 9 all the way back in Season 6. The whole Galaxy theme on this axe, back bling, and skin was one of the cleanest ever, and we've yet to see this set being offered in the store. But speaking of clean designs, there was also the Midnight Scythe with a look so ultra clean that you wouldn't even want to use it to break down things. This is another item you can't get anymore because the only way you could have bagged the Midnight Scythe was to buy a V-Bucks card between March and April of 2024, and if you didn't do that, you're not getting this. Let's move on to the number 1 back bling. As far as backpacks go, I think this is the rarest because not only was this obtainable only by watching the FNCS finals on Twitch, but also because you can simply no longer get this because they discontinued that whole deal. The number 1 back bling used to be super cool too because it came in different colors and you could use it to show support for your favorite team. Over on the skin side of things, we have Jackie. She was available as a free cosmetic for those of us who managed to complete an entire set of missions when rocket racing first came out. Released in Chapter 5 Season 1, Jackie was super popular because of A, her whole racing outfit theme, and B, because it signaled to people that this guy was getting his racing stripes in rocket racing. Also, the Sweet emote was another super rare cosmetic that popped up during the Fortnitemares event in 2023. There were a bunch of spooky themed missions you would have had to do in order to get it, and because players only got around 3 weeks to complete them, many of us unknowingly skipped out on it. To be honest, Chapter 4 Season 4's Fortnitemares event was nothing to brag about, so I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of us had no clue that this nice looking emote was hiding in that event. Not many people logged in during that time, but for those who did, they definitely have this emote lying somewhere in their locker. Next up, Marigold. She's Midas, but female, and has 3 different styles to choose from that all look insanely cool. Marigold came out with the Golden Touch quest pack for $11.99 in Chapter 2 Season 5. Because of her insane popularity, she's been converted into a Lego skin, and then even a Bean-style skin for Fall Guys. But for Fortnite itself, she's super rare, and only recently did she come back to the item shop after being absent for almost 2 years. Better grab her whenever she pops up. Fortnite might not be so generous next time. And that brings us to the Midnight Glide Masked Glider. A bit of a tongue twister, but this special glider was released for the new year 2022 and even has a large 2022 spread across its golden sail. It's a bit too extra, I'll give it that, but couple this up with a Midas or Marigold skin and you'll have a whole theme set up for yourself. That is, if you even managed to bag this rare item. The Midnight Glide Mask was only available for 48 hours before being locked up by Fortnite, and we have yet to see it make a return. We've got coming over the Save the World items, like the Ride the Pony emote, which was available for free in the Founders Pack, but since Fortnite has stopped selling the Founders Pack and the only other way of bagging this was Season 2's Battle Pass, it's safe to say that Ride the Pony has ridden off into the sunset with no confirmation of it ever coming back. And those who do have it get infinite bragging rights for being able to rock such a rare emote on the island. Also, arena wraps were totally a thing back when Arena was still going on, but Epic decided to scrap that idea and introduce Ranked in its place, which saw the arena shut down officially, and the entire collection of wraps became part of the void. There's currently no way to get these flashy cosmetics for your weapons, so if you do have them, you'd better pat yourself on the back. This next item I'm about to introduce is either going to have you smiling from ear to ear or raging pretty hard because the Shooting Star Staff was actually available as a free pickaxe, and all you had to do was log into the game in August of 2020. This cool looking space meteor thing was part of the Ancient Voyager set, and Fortnite decided to get super generous by throwing it into the Fortnite Mega Drop. So yeah, you either got that drop or you're shaking your fist right now. Alright, so next up we have Crab Walkin'. This was an emote that got slapped onto the first Fortnite festival featuring Lady Gaga. It was also part of a bunch of missions labeled main stage wristband quests. You know, the kind of wristband you wear when you're going into Disneyland or a Lady Gaga concert, which, by the way, totally happened in Chapter 5 Season 1 and had everyone crab walking as they danced to her epic vocals. But also, this emote featured an instrument that you could customize and then have your character hold the same version when using it. Super cool and super vibey too. So let's head on over to the Surf Strider next. In order to obtain this particular skin, you would have had to own an Intel CPU from November 2020 to July of 2021, which basically just means you had to have a Windows PC at the ready so you could claim this skin. I also think this was a sneaky move to get people to stay at home during peak COVID season. The Surf Strider was part of the Splash Squadron set and was obtained once the player reached level 16 of the Intel Gaming Access Pass. This skin has been used by a select lot so much that if I see one more guy use this in the lobby, I will track them down in the game and personally send them back to where they came from. Just joking, or am I? Next up, Yellow Jacket was up for grabs during Chapter 2 Season 3, and the only reason I'm putting this skin here is to appreciate the one skin that I would spend $4 on. She came in 2 colors, yellow and black, which you might expect. But apart from those, this skin just looks super clean. Sadly, she probably won't be making a comeback ever again because these skins are always time and season limited. Slow claps for everyone who got it though. There was an awesome looking pickaxe with the entire package too. But speaking of package, we got Vibrant Vibin' coming in hot. This was a limited time Twitch drop in Chapter 3 Season 3, which matched the whole vibe of the party last season. Players only got 4 whole days to get their hands on this emote, as it was available from June 5th to June 9th in 2022. After that, it never came back, and whoever got this owns bragging rights to make everyone else fume. Also, did you know that Wolverine Zero may never be coming back again? Because even though Fortnite states that all Fortnite crew skins have a chance of coming back, it's been years since we got a single one to reoccur, as a separate offer or as a part of the item shop, which means Fortnite's version of Logan, Loki, and a bunch of other crew skins won't be coming back. But I'm just particularly sad about Wolverine Zero, because it's not every day you get a Wolverine with an eye patch and a sword that's reminiscent of his Japanese look. All that swip and thwip from steel blades and steel swords, so much awesome. So, y'all know about the refer a friend quests that pop up every now and then and are basically a way of you asking old mates who don't play anymore to log on and help you bag some goodies? Yeah, those quests. Rainbow Racer was one of the rewards that players could get as part of the Hollow Traffic set way back in Chapter 2, Season 6. I remember this as being an uber cool skin because of the colorways that came with it. The skin was good, but the items you got with it were even cooler and made it make all the more sense that I begged my friends to hop on with me so we could complete the quests. This skin has yet to make a return since 2021, so don't get your hopes up if you didn't bag it the first time. The real Slim Shady emote came out when Eminem popped into Fortnite, and I know that it's only been like 100 days since his debut, but I'm sure Fortnite's going to vault this for good until Eminem comes out of retirement again with a new single, and we know that's going to be a while. Real Slim Shady came in the OG season, which was somewhere in June, and it was available with 3 of M's skins and a boatload of cosmetics. Also, you can't tell me you're a fan of DC if you didn't go buy the Black Adam skin as soon as it got released. This skin was only available for 2 weeks, and it featured Black Adam, aka Dwayne Johnson, and a bunch of other goodies like the triangle-looking back bling and his mace infused with arcane energy. It's been over 700 days since we last saw this skin, so it's safe to say Black Adam is becoming pretty rare at this point. And since Dwayne and DC didn't really part on the best of terms after his movie, I don't think there's much reason that Fortnite would have it back later. Unless, of course, we get a sequel or something, but I wouldn't hold my breath for that. But while we're on the topic of DC skins, another supposedly rare skin is Starfire from Chapter 3, Season 3. For those of you who don't know, Starfire is a pretty prominent character in DC because she's a member of the Teen Titans alongside Robin, Beast Boy, Raven, and Cyborg. She's one of the coolest superheroes DC ever came up with because of her green glow and celestial ancestry. But speaking strictly Fortnite, she's only visited the item shop 10 times ever since being released in 2022. And if she doesn't make a comeback to the shop, then players may lose out on her emote, which is the Starfire's Flourish. It's just super clean and has her showing off her awesome power and a nice hover and twirl motion. It appeals to my inner Teen Titan fans so much. For Marvel, I think no other skin beats the original SpiderMan outfit, which was part of the Chapter 3 Season 1 Battle Pass all the way up on page number 9. I would place this particular skin above the Tom Holland one because it's just simpler, and the Earth 616 design appeals to me a lot more than its other variants. Oh, and if you did complete this Battle Pass along with the extra tiers after level 100, you must have gotten your hands on the Symbiote Suit, Future Foundation, Scarlet, Blackout, and Gilded Reality Suits as well. All awesome in their own right, and frankly second to none. But hey, if you couldn't manage to get this Spidey, then there are tons more, like the Tom Holland one I mentioned, or Fortnite's own Spider-Man Zero. There's also a flashier, more steely looking Iron Spider skin doing the rounds on the item shop these days, so go crazy if you have the V-Bucks for it. Anyway, let's move on to Star Wars, which is another solid presence in Fortnite apart from Marvel and DC. The Jedi training emote was introduced in Chapter 2 Season 1, and it features some of the most iconic moves displayed by Jedi in the movie series. I particularly like this one because it's from the OG days when Luke Skywalker went up against his dad, Darth Vader, spoilers, and had a very lethal combo of this emote in his skill set to challenge his father. Also, you'd think that because there are so many Star Wars skins coming in every couple of months, this emote would be available in the item shop frequently. But no, Jedi Training is the one Star Wars emote that has only appeared once and never again, which bumps up its rarity to maybe the rarest Star Wars cosmetic. But coming back to Fortnite exclusives, the Aquaria was such a treat for all those looking for something to show off in Chapter 2 Season 7. Not gonna lie, this looks like a deformed version of the Sludgehammer to me, but I'm willing to forgive Fortnite because of the looks on this one. You got 3 small fishies in a blob that could whack and smack just like the other pickaxes. The Aquaria is part of the Slurp series items and could only be obtained by earning 50 points during the Best Frenzy event, which meant that a solo gunner like me had to once again beg my friends to hop on and help me accumulate points enough to bag this water-friendly pickaxe. And while we're on the topic of Fortnite specials, there was also the Verb emote that the game introduced for a very short time during the start of Chapter 2 Season 3. I believe players only had like 2 days to grab this one for free before it disappeared. The Verb was inspired by a TikToker going by the name of Michael Meje, who busted out the same moves as seen on the emote. Verb was also the winner of an Emote Royale concept contest held in 2020, which makes it all the more rare and popular. So if you got this one, kudos to you, and if you didn't, well, join me on the bench as we think over our life choices. Up next, this is a bit of a wildcard entry, but did you know that the Fortnitemares soundtrack was only available in the item shop for 24 hours before it got locked down? Specifically the 2020 version. This hasn't been available since then, and it's been over 4 years since we last got the chance to buy it. The price on it wasn't much, but it's definitely going to hurt collectors knowing that they can't add this track to their collection just because they didn't log in during those 24 hours. But coming back to skins, you have my respect if you managed to get the Visitor after completing the required blockbuster challenges of Season 4's Battle Pass. This skin had a major contribution to the Fortnite timeline at the time, and not gonna lie, the Visitor had some pretty funky looking head displays that you could choose from. Not much is known about this guy other than he was on the good side and helped fight the good fight, but for someone like me, I totally enjoyed using him as my main to figure out what the 7 were up to. Fortnite has since given him some much needed love by including a Lego variant and a bean style for the Fall Guys experience. Oh, and all you soccer fans out there should know that there was a Neymar Jr. skin hiding in plain sight in Chapter 2 Season 6's Battle Pass. Because this skin was a secret addition to the Battle Pass, not many players knew about it until they paid attention to the quests being offered that season. And for those of you who still missed out, well, you can't get the skin anymore because it's locked behind Season 6. I think Neymar looks sick in this skin because firstly, it's an icon series, secondly, he has an unlockable Jaguar look to him, and thirdly, well, because it's Neymar, you guys. Another icon series super rare item is the Beastbrella, which could have only been unlocked by placing above the top 100,000 participants in Mr. Beast's Extreme Survival Challenge. This was a one-time tournament set in creative mode in true Mr. Beast style. The Beastbrella had the colors of Mr. Beast's skin, so if you went ahead and bought it, having this particular umbrella would have completed the look. But if you didn't manage to place above 100,000 players, or didn't play at all, then you're straight out of luck because there's no other way to get this glider. And if you're using the PlayStation to look after your Fortnite cravings, you must have picked up the PlayStation Plus exclusive emote called Square Up. This rare emote was part of the PS Plus Celebration Pack number 15, and it got your character to hop and skip all while moving because it was traversal. Square Up was part of Chapter 2 Season 7, and it hasn't shown up again ever since 2021. So if you got it, you got it. And if you didn't, well, what were you even doing with that PS Plus subscription? For our last entry, we have Loveless from the Fortnite crew. Look, I mentioned how each crew skin has yet to make a return, and same goes for Loveless, but because this skin looks so clean and different from the others, I just couldn't help talking about it. I mean, what other skin has a mask with a heart drawn over one of its eye sockets? Loveless was part of the Getaway Gang set, and she had 4 distinct styles to her with either a spade, club, heart, or diamond on her mask. This was such a badass looking skin, and I really hope it makes a comeback soon because I'll have my V-Bucks ready.